Hey everybody, it's Jean Marie. I'm going to make a tutorial today showing you how to put together the items from my kits that I listed. These are in my Etsy shop right now. This bracelet, which is made with, I call it blue dyed howlite. I think it's been called, I can't even remember what hematite, man, it's not hematite, I don't know. Anyway, I'm pretty sure it's blue dyed howlite. And these cute little flower earrings. I have listed 12 of these in my shop. They're $12. And I have listed, I think, 16 of the earrings in my shop, and they are $8. They are kits. The flower earrings come in multiple colors. They come in green, pink, what I call hot pink, red, lavender, peach, and yellow, I believe, are the options for that. So if you decide to order some, make sure you write what color you would like, or if you don't really care, then we can leave it random and I will just send you a set. And so let's get started on making these. Alright, we're going to start with the earrings first. So I'm going to move this aside. Tools you're going to need are your round nose, your cutters, and just a couple of pairs of pliers for holding on to stuff. So let's get started on this. I'm going to dump this out. And everything you're going to need is in your kit other than your tools. And the setup will be these little ball head pins are essentially just the stamens of your little flower. And you're going to want 3 for each earring here. Then you're going to need 1 each of the eye pins, 1 earring wire for each, my bead caps are kind of stuck together there. So essentially something like this. So let's get started. And the first thing you're going to do is take your 6 ball head pins and about 3/4 of an inch down, bend it over your round nose pliers. These ones are quite stiff. I think I could probably get away with making just a simple loop because they're really stiff, but I can't guarantee that all of them will be, so I'm going to go ahead and make a wrapped loop. So you want to turn you're going to have something like this. It looks like an L. And you're going to want to put your pliers in this section right here. Not your stamen piece, but the cross section. Then you come in up and over. And these ones are very stiff. Rotate. Continue your loop. So you have something that looks like this. And at this point, oops, I'm going to take and put it in the loop into my round nose pliers just to hold on to it. Take my other pair of pliers. And this doesn't have to be super pretty. This is just going to be up inside of that flower and you'll never see it. So just a couple of wraps. And then just trim it off. Again, this is going to be inside, so if it has a little bit of a point, you're never going to feel it. It's going to be up inside that flower. So mine did bend slightly, as you can see, so I'm just going to straighten it like that. So then we're just going to repeat that process 5 more times. So again, bend it over, bring your pliers up into this section, roll it over your pliers, rotate, continue around, It's not the prettiest wrap loop, but again, no one's ever going to see it. Couple of wraps to secure it. Trim it off. That makes 2. And you don't have to get these exactly the same. You can see one of mine's a little longer than the other. That's perfectly acceptable. They're flowers. They're not going to be exactly the same on every single one. Actually, you kind of want them to be a little different. That just gives them a little more character, I think. So there's that one. So I'd like to say a little shout out to all the people in New York and the surrounding areas that are dealing with the fallout from the Canadian fires, as well as a shout out to all my Canadian followers, and hopes and prayers that things ease up soon for everybody. And there is 3 of those. So now we're going to take our eye pin, open that up, loop on your 3 little stamens, and then close it back up. You open and close it just like a jump ring. You slide it in and out, not back and forth. Well, my little stamens are gonna jump out of there, I guess. Let's get them back in there. Let's do it this way. So you want to twist it like a jump ring. Then once you have that done, you're going to put your flower right down over it. And those little loops and things are not even going to be seen. You take the bigger of your, whoops, I got marker on my finger. I was marking some totes earlier and evidently got myself. You're going to put the bigger of your bead caps. My fingers are just not working for me today. There we go. So we're going to do that. You're going to put your bellflower on. You're going to put your bead cap. And it is a little loose, but you want it to be, you know, it gives it that almost flared kind of look. Take one of your small ones, upside down on that one, or pointing upright. Take your little opalite bead and another bead cap down over the opalite bead, and then one more bead cap, again like a little cup going up, so it will cup your little crystal. And there you have it. So from this point, I like to push everything down with my fingernail. And because I'm going to do a simple loop, I'm just going to bend it right over my fingernail. You can use pliers if that works for you, but I find that my fingernail gives just enough space in there, I don't know if you can see, that when I turn my loop for my loop, I don't crack my crystal. Because you do need a little tiny room in there so you don't crack your crystal, because they are very, very fragile. So let's cut this off about 1/4 of an inch. Grabbing the tip of the wire, start to form your loop. So you have a loop like this. And then you just need to add your ear wire. Twist it open. Add the ear wire. And close. And there you have it. Isn't that pretty? So if you decide to order any of the earrings or bracelets that are in my Etsy shop, it is Wildfire Jewelry Store, capital W, capital J, capital S. And like I said, the kits are available in there right now. So, yeah, check it out. You know, even if you don't buy anything, if you want to just go over and take a look at some of the stuff I have in there. I do put a lot of the stuff I make from my beadbox bargains in there, as well as stuff I make on my own. I do have a couple of wire wrapped items in there that I've made. So, you know, take a look if you'd like to wander over there sometime and just browse it and see what's in there. So there's one more stamen for the next set of earrings. Next pair of earrings, I mean. Turn that off. That one's not real pretty, but again, it doesn't really need to be. So it's been very, very, very rainy here in Maine all week. It's kind of a dreary, gray, overcast day today. I can hear the rain actually hitting the roof right now. I mentioned before I'm an assistant general manager in a motel in Bar Harbor, and it hasn't been great for the tourist industry, I have to say, but people are a little disappointed when they come out to do the whale watch or, you know, hike Cadillac and all that fun stuff they come out for, not able to do because it's just so dreary and wet and nasty. But I suppose can't control Mother Nature, can we? I hope it actually starts to improve soon. July and August are our busy months, so hopefully by then things will improve a bit more and we'll start to see a turnaround in the tourism. So there's the 3 stamens for this one. Close them up. It's a tight one. The eye on this one's not quite as big, I think. Just give it a little twist. So there's that. Just drop the flower down over it. Again with the larger bead cap down over it. One of the smaller ones upright. The opalite bead. Another bead cap over the opalite. One more bead cap upright. And our little crystal. And that's all there is to it. Very simple. Again, bend it. Snip it off about 1/4 of an inch. Get my stuff out of the way. Around those pliers in. Come right down to the very tip of your wire. Start to roll it back. And just take little bites, rolling it back all the way down And you'll end up with a nice little loop. Open up your ear wire with a twist, not a pull. Twist it back to close it. And these are super cute. These are great for teenage girls, young girls, not college, high school graduations, although we're probably past most of them right now. But Easter time, they would be perfect for Easter time. Just spring in general. But yeah, they're just really cute, light. They're very, very lightweight because the lucite weighs nothing really. So there's the hot pink and the light pink. And give me 1 second and I'll pull out some of the other colors so you can see them. Thought I had them out, but evidently I put them away. So there's the red and a yellow and the light green, and I have a peach one right here. I can show you somewhere. Here we go. The peach. I love the peach. It's one of my favorites. I don't know, I kind of like the green too, and I'm not a greens person, but I just love that light green. And a blue. And I think, oh, we have 2 shades of blue. I have a much lighter blue as well. No, it's lighter. I guess it's not much lighter, but it is lighter. And the lavender. So there's quite a variety of colors, actually. I guess I showed you the lavender pre-made, but so yeah, that is the lavender. Where's the light pink? Ah, there's the light pink. Here we go. And pink. So that's quite a selection of colors there. And like I said, I have these in my Etsy shop, ready to go. So there is that. Move these out of the way. And we'll work on this bracelet. And this is just a simple string-in project with very little, well, there's no wire wrapping, I don't believe. Let me check. Alright, so let's just dump everything out here. And it does come with a long enough piece of chain so that you can adjust it to what works for you. You can tell it's much larger than the one I actually have on the bracelet, so it gives you the extra length that you might need. And here's the little beads. Whoops, that one's a dangle bead. That one's stuck in my clean. The beads. These are for the dangles. And put them aside. Our little flower clasp. 2 clamshells. 2 crimp beads. So I guess I should have mentioned, well, you really don't. I was going to say, I got 3 crimp beads in there. You really don't need your crimpers for this because we're not doing the typical. I think I did put extra crimp beads in all of them just because they're so small and I didn't want them to, if somebody dropped one and then they wouldn't have one to work on their bracelet. So I did put a few extras in. So this is very simple. We're just going to take the end of our wire, beading string, whatever you want to call it, tiger tail, whatever, and I'm going to put on one of the little crimp beads. Then I'm just going to take my pliers and give that a little smush just to flatten it out and make sure it's attached really tight. Take my cutters and just trim off a little of the extra just so it's not too much sticking out there. And then go to the other end and feed on my clamshell down over it and close it tight. And if you feel more comfortable, put some glue in there, go for it. You know, nothing wrong with adding a little more security, but I honestly have never had a problem with them, so I am not going to. But if you feel like you need to, or if you just, you know, think that's a great idea for it, go for it. There's nothing wrong with that. So at this point, we're just going to alternate beading on these beads. We're going to start with the silver one, and then the blue howlite, if I don't lose it. Okay, there we go. And this is a really simple process, just stringing stuff on. It would be simple anyways if my fingers worked well. They do not. I had carpal tunnel surgery in both of my hands years ago, and my fingers never really fully came back. You know, I don't have a whole lot of sensation in the tips of them, so I drop stuff pretty easily. I have no strength in my hands anymore. I can't open a jar and, you know, stupid stuff like that. But that's life. Looks like I have an extra silver bead too. That's okay. Better too many than not enough. Alright, so we'll set that aside. And that's it for this piece. Now all we're going to do is bead on the other clamshell. We're going to open it up. I like to give myself plenty of room to get my pliers in there. If you're apprehensive of opening it up that much, you know, do what works for you, but if you open them too much and then close them, they can split on you, and then you're kind of out. So do what works for you, what you feel comfortable with. And then we're just going to put on another little crimp. And again, with this, you don't want to push things down because you don't want it to be so stiff that it won't give you the bend for your arm. You just want it to be kind of loose. So I let gravity do it. And then I just get in there and give that one a little smush. Make sure it's not going to come off, and it's not. Trim that one down. Close it up. Again, if you want to put a little glue in there, you can, but this is I really do apologize for the marker on my hand. That doesn't look very attractive. And then from that point on, we'll just take a jump ring, open it by twisting, thread that on, thread on our chain, we'll make sure it's closed up good and tight. No, it's not. There we go. This is going to be a very long bracelet because I'm not going to adjust the chain, because I'm probably going to take this apart afterwards and put it in somebody's kit, because I've already got one that's together here, so I don't really need another one. So let's work on this one is pretty simple. We're just going to put a single little jump ring on it. We're going to hang it from that same loop, that same jump ring that we used to attach the chain with. Close that up. Then we're going to take one of our head pins, and we're just going to string on the flower. Whoop. And we're just going to do a simple loop, so I'm just going to use my fingernail to bend that over. Cut it down to about 1/4 of an inch. roll it back. You want to take little bites moving down your pin until you get to a point where you can roll it. And take another jump ring. Again, feed it onto the same side as the butterfly is on. Maybe, if I can get it to move for me. There we go. Right on the same spot that your butterfly is on. You want them all to hang on one side so that when you wear it, it's on the outside of your arm. You know, so they're all hanging to one side. That's what I'm trying to say. There we go, like this. So they're all hanging on this side. And then the next one, and you don't have to do this one if you don't want to. You know, if you wanted to just do a couple and just call it good with that, you can. But I'm just going to put on the green bead and the crystal. Again, just another simple loop. Alright, turn it. So you have a nice little loop. Another one of the jump rings. You have jumping jewelry here. So again, on this same side of the jump ring as the others. Then you get this cute little cluster. And then from that point, all you're going to do is add your hardware. So another jump ring on this end. And feed on your little flower part of your toggle. Then down on your chain end. I guess get a few extra jump rings in the box too, in the kit. Again, like I said, this is going to be a very long bracelet because I did not adjust that chain, but I don't want to cut it. So close that up. And there you have it. Actually, at this length, it would make a cute little anklet. So there you go. So thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. I hope you guys will all go check out my shop. If you do decide to purchase either one of these kits, come back and watch how to put it together here on this video, and I hope that I made it clear and understandable for everybody. Yeah, so I appreciate you coming and joining me for this video. I appreciate all of you who have subscribed to my channel. If you haven't yet, please do. I'm working real hard to get my channel up to 1,000. It's my goal at the moment, and I've gotten some real nice people that have subscribed and leave me some incredibly sweet, kind, encouraging messages on the comment section. So, you know, if you have a comment you'd like to drop to me, please do. Please like, and come back and see me again. So, till next time, bye.